Rounding off the public hearing, the ADHOC committee chairman, Senator AHMED LAWAN, says for the next 2 weeks, they will study the various memoranda and testimonies by stakeholders before embarking on visits to some of the privatized public enterprises.
We need to confirm the truth about some of these startling revelations. Therefore, we are not going to bury any information that we have received, and I don't think any responsible government will sweep such serious situations under the carpet. So Nigerians should remain assured that this is not one of those committees that will simply evaporate as soon as the public hearing is over.
Being the sixth and the last day of the Senate ADHOC Committee's public hearing, the sitting was indeed full of drama. This includes a former deputy director with the BPE, Charles Osuji, who was dismissed when Nasir El-Rufai was Director General, who testified accusing El-Rufai and himself of corruption. He declared that he collected an unspecified amount of money from Dr. Adenuga for El-Rufai to facilitate the privatization of the then national oil to corn oil, which he never gave El-Rufai.
He sought the money, but I didn't give it to him. And when I didn't give it to him, that's when the problem started.
That kind of behavior was not tolerated. Under El-Rufai's time, it was not tolerated. And that is the reason why Charles Osuji was dismissed.
Then, to Femi Falana's demand that for justice to be done, former President Olusegun Obasanjo should be invited to testify.
And I'm appealing to you to summon President Obasanjo, who has been accused repeatedly of violating the law and due process, to give away these assets at below their actual value.
For the Nigeria Labour Congress, whose Vice President Issa Aremu represented, the privatization exercise has led to more job losses.
We must make sure that we arrive at something. And I want to recommend to say, let there be appropriate sanctions for those who violate rules. Let there be rewards for those who keep to the rules. And let's bring development agenda to the table.
The ADHOC committee took up the two former BPE Director Generals present, namely Ms. Irene Chugbe and Dr. Julius Bala, again on the past and current breaches of Section 19 of the BPE Act, which authorizes BPE to operate only a single proceeds account with the Central Bank of Nigeria.
We allow the money to be retained in the bank that is funding the transaction.
Okay.
So that immediately we finish the processes, then the same bank that is paying for the investor will now pay the money to BP account, but in the same bank. Then when it's from the same bank that it now is transferred to Central Bank, so that we don't have to take money from Bank A, from bank to Bank B, and all this kind of, which can create problems. This is how we operated it.
The practice had been proceeds come to commercial,
Not
right
the law,
from...
not the law, right? The practice.
Yes.
Okay.
And it has been suggested that, and the practice had been approved by first the board of TCPC and later the NCP. I agree with the suggestion made earlier on that if to facilitate a situation where a law goes with the practice, the law should be revisited.
Both the former and current DGs of the BPE were also taken up on the outstanding issues and cases of privatization brought forward by several co-investors and reserve bidders. They include ENL Consortium Limited, represented by Young Paul, Michelle, represented by Peter Okocha, who is also chairman of Sadiq Petroleum. Several petitions were also tabled before the ADHOC committee. They include a coalition of Niger Dock displaced workers, represented by Austin Asadu, and the petition by a tenant of Delta Steel Housing known as Steel Township 1, Ms. Omagbemi Esther. The ADHOC committee is expected to submit its report to the Senate at plenary for their deliberation and final resolution and passage to the executive for implementation. From the National Assembly, I am Muhammad Kuda Ubakar.